Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Thank you for joining. And I am Julia. I am a sales manager for the German market at Lengow. And I will now give you a brief introduction about the German e-commerce market before we'll hand over to Linda and Berit, who will then tell you more about Real. If you would like to ask a question, please send it via the chat function and we will discuss it at the end of the webinar. All right. So let's get started. To begin with, I would like to give you some figures about the German e-commerce market. Germany is a key market in Europe with 72.6 billion euros of sales revenue generated in 2019. That makes Germany number 2 in Europe. And of the 82 million people that live in Germany, 69.1 million are actually doing online shopping. 55% of them use their mobile device to do so, and that number is increasing. The e-commerce market has been growing steadily since 2011 with an average growth of 12.4% per year. And what many of you may find interesting is that 66% of online shoppers in Germany have made purchases from abroad before. The amount spent online in 2019 per capita has been 1,303 euros. Here you can see in a bit more detail how the German e-commerce market has been growing in the last couple of years, and the forecast is equally positive. So Germany expects more growth in the next years. So as you can see, the market has a lot of potential and is quite interesting also for international merchants. So let's have a closer look now and talk about the specificities of German shoppers. So what categories do Germans buy online? Some categories like home and living, home appliances, shoes, books, products for hobby and leisure activities, media, DIY, and flowers are being bought online. But the most popular categories by far are fashion, electronics, telecommunication, and mobile devices. Another thing that is quite interesting about Germany and German shoppers is how Germans prefer to pay for their online purchases. PayPal is by far the most popular payment method in Germany. However, it is followed by a couple of payment methods that are a lot less popular in other markets or maybe not even available. Examples are the invoice or the direct debit. Payment methods like the credit card are a lot less important than they are in other markets. So when selling in Germany, you may expect a different payment behavior, and also you might consider adding more payment methods to your online store than you would in a different market. Another challenge in Germany is the return rates for goods bought online. They tend to be higher than in other markets. The percentage of online shoppers who have returned goods in the past 12 months in 2019 was higher than 50%, and that is more than in many other European markets. Of course, the return rate depends on the category of goods sold, so it may not surprise you that it's particularly high for products like clothing and shoes, and of course, it's a lot lower for products like cosmetics or food. The reason for this behavior is the generosity of many retailers who allow free returns over an extended period of time. So when selling in Germany, you may want to keep in mind that customers expect generous policies and also will return more products than in other markets. So as a next step, what is a good way to enter the German market? Marketplaces are a good way to enter a new market because it is comparably easy to test the market and see how your products perform in a new market like Germany, because it enables you to be visible and to sell online without opening your own online shop and without having to translate your online shop into German. It will be interesting for you to know that 27% of German retailers make more than 50% of their revenue on marketplaces. So marketplaces have a lot of potential in Germany. And yeah, it's not surprising that the biggest marketplaces are Amazon and eBay. However, there are also local players such as Real. They have Real is a German brand, and they have quite a strong brand name in Germany. So they also have a lot of potential, also because the competition is not as strong as it may be on Amazon, for example. Here you can see again the importance of marketplaces in Germany as a distribution channel. This is an overview of how the revenue generated in the German e-commerce market is distributed on the different distribution channels. And you can see here that marketplaces almost are responsible for almost 50% of the revenue generated. So next I want to talk about Lengow and how we can help you sell on real.de. There's 3 key points for retailers and brands that I would like to mention. First of all, Lengow helps you to be more competitive. You will be aware that having your own e-commerce website is not enough, and it's important to compete with other players in the markets on different channels. And Lengow can help you send your products to more than 1,600 international channels in 40 countries. On top of that, we can do that and at the same time help you to do so more efficiently, because we can centralize the orders in one platform and also help you automate your campaigns on the different channels. So we can help you be visible in less time and with less effort. And finally, we can also help you be more successful because we can boost the performance of your acquisition marketing campaigns by optimizing your product catalog and adapting it for each channel. So how does this look like when you want to sell on real.de with Lengow? There's 3 easy steps. Step 1 is you import your catalog into the Lengow platform, where the product data will be optimized and adapted to the real.de marketplace and its requirements. Then Lengow will send your products to that platform where they will be displayed in the most optimal way. And then when you generate revenue and users are placing orders via this marketplace, Lengow will export the data and send it back to a tool of your choice, such as an e-commerce solution, for example, Magento. Yeah. Lastly, I would like to mention that Lengow works with more than 4,600 brands and retailers in Europe and Asia. Well-known examples are L'Oreal and Nespresso, and they trust us to and have been successfully optimizing their campaigns with us. Last but not least, I would like to invite you all to visit our website on lengow.com, where you will find more practical tools, but also success stories and lots of white papers about different topics concerning e-commerce. So have a look and yeah, find out if there's anything interesting that you will find for you. That's it from me already. Thank you. And now I will hand over to Linda and Berit from Real, who will tell you everything about the marketplace.
Hello, Linda. Can you please stop because we can't hear you? I think you have a sound problem. Hello. Sorry, there was just a sound problem from your side, Linda. Or Barrett.
Maybe, yeah, I was just about to say, maybe I jump in here.
Yeah, maybe you can restart from here. I'm really sorry.
Technical issues. So hi, everyone. My name is Barrett, and my colleague Linda is about to join the presentation. We are both working for the international sales team at real.de, and we are happy to give you a short insight into how our marketplace works and who we are, actually. So please accept my apologies from the very beginning because to be honest, I only practiced the second part of our presentation, but let's just give it a try. All right, first of all, we would like to give you some facts and figures about our marketplace. So generally speaking, we have about 16 million products listed on our marketplace, spread across 5,000 different categories. Currently, we have about 5,000 sellers registered on our marketplace. A lot of them are, of course, from Germany, but the number of international sellers is continuously growing. They are mainly from Europe, and we are always happy to have more and more international sellers registered, of course. We have about 21 million monthly visitors on our platform, and the number is also growing. And we are also very active on social media platforms, such as Facebook, for example, where we have close to 780,000 likes. Besides, we also do promotions on Instagram, Pinterest, etc. So to give you an idea, I would like to show you the top categories on our marketplace. A very strong category is home and living, followed by consumer electronics, do-it-yourself and garden, as well as kitchen and household. As you can imagine, do-it-yourself and garden is a rather seasonal category. So especially currently, we are facing a strong growth and demand in that category. But of course, as you can imagine, it will decrease a little when it comes to winter times. Apart from the top categories mentioned here, there are also, of course, a lot of other categories, and we are always happy to increase the number of categories and also strengthen them. So in case you don't find your products fitting into one of those categories, don't be scared. There is a lot of potential also in the other categories. So for example, fashion is currently our fastest growing category, and there's also a lot of potential there. Next, I want to highlight the benefits for you as a seller. So first of all, it goes without saying, I guess, that you will generate additional sales. As we heard before, you will also increase your independence, as it's quite important not just to focus on few sales channels, but have as many integrated as possible. Besides, you have secure payments on real.de because we handle the payment process for our sellers, meaning that you will receive your sales revenues from us and don't need to wait for the customer to pay. Besides, we have fair conditions. I will talk about that a bit more in detail later. You get personal support on our platform. So we have our marketplace support team who is available by phone and email. And of course, as you just got to know Linda and me, so we are also here for our international sellers. Last but not least, I want to mention our Payback loyalty program. Payback is Germany's biggest loyalty program, and it's not just Real, where customers can collect those payback points, and they can also use them for payment, so it's a huge plus. On this slide, I want to show you what the sales process actually looks like. So of course, first of all, you need to register an account on our platform. You can see here the link where to start the registration. In the next step, you will set up your catalog, your product, and your offer information by the EAN code. So please note that listing without EAN codes is not possible on our platform. In the third step, the customer then selects a product and, as mentioned before, submits the payment to real.de, which means that as soon as Real provides you with the dispatch information in the next step, you can afterwards ship the product directly to the customer. And in the last step, you will then receive your sales revenues. Sales revenue meaning your sales price minus the commission you pay. When it comes to integrating your shop with real.de, you have 4 different possibilities. You can do it manually through your seller backend. You can use CSV files to upload your content and offer information. We have 50 different software partners integrated with us, and Lengow is one of them. And it's working quite well. So it's basically a full service solution, and you can use it for any service, basically. And last but not least, you also have the option to integrate through our REST API. So after we learned how the sales process works, I don't want to hide our fees and commissions from you. So we do have a monthly fee of about 40 euros, which is charged 30 days after the account was activated, meaning that you have enough time to fully set up your account, to get your catalog listed, and to get to know the platform a little. Those monthly fees include an unlimited listing, meaning that no matter how many offers you want to list, you can do so. There are no extra charges for that. And we also don't have a contract period, which basically reduces the risk for you to test our marketplace. And in case you find out that it's not the right marketplace for you, of course, we don't hope that it happens, but it can happen, then you can cancel the account at any time. The monthly fees also include the listing of your products on Google Shopping. So Google Shopping is a very important traffic generator for us, and your products will automatically be submitted there. And besides, we also work with price comparison sites such as Idealo in Germany, which is very important to German customers. Besides the monthly fee, we do have commissions per successful sale, which is between 6.5 and 12.5%, depending on the category your products are listed in. Talking about the German e-commerce market, these commissions are quite competitive and, in our opinion, of course, very fair. Besides the automatically provided services such as Google Shopping and price comparison sites, you also have other options to increase your visibility and sales on real.de. So one very popular solution is our sponsored product tool. As you can see on the screenshot, you thereby have a chance to improve the ranking of items, and especially if you want to offer a new item or enter the German market with a newly item, then it's quite easy for you to thereby improve the ranking. You also have the option to purchase product tests and professional product photos through us. So by purchasing product tests, you will increase the number of reviews for your items, and we all know that it's quite important for customers. And I think, yeah, product pictures, it goes without saying that your products should have the best pictures possible to increase chances that the item will be bought. Besides, we do have quite many other marketing possibilities for you, which would then be done with our marketing department. So I don't want to go too much into detail about that. If you're interested, if you're registered, just let us know and we can send you some additional information on that. Another project I want to highlight is the so-called International Marketplace Network, IMN. So since last year, Real is part of a joint venture along with those other marketplaces you see here. It's Cdiscount from France, ePrice from Italy, and eMAG from Romania. So on the slide, we want to give you some insights on how big those marketplaces are in the home markets. And the idea behind this International Marketplace Network is that we want to make it easier for us to sell, for sellers to sell currently European-wide. So IMN is a platform that allows you to pull your offers from one home marketplace and push it to the other target marketplaces, meaning that you don't need separate integrations, but you can use that IMN platform. Another main benefit is that you will only need to pay the monthly fees once. So in case you are registered with Real, you can join the other marketplaces without paying any additional monthly fees, meaning that you would only pay the commissions there. And as you can see from the question mark, we of course hope that the network will grow even bigger in the future. So eventually there will be new partners in the near future. Last but not least, we prepared a checklist for you because of course selling to Germany or internationally has some special things you need to consider when starting to sell. First of all, you need to make sure that you can ship the products to Germany or to the German customer respectively, because at the moment we don't yet have a fulfillment solution, so you would be in charge of the fulfillment, and this can of course also include the returns. Besides, we are a German platform, so our customers are mainly from German, or at least German speaking, meaning that the product content you submit should be in German language, especially if it's a product that is not yet in our catalog and it needs to be created in the first place. The same goes for customer service. The customers will most likely contact you in written form through our ticket system, and their questions should also be replied to in German language. And as mentioned before, you need AAN codes in order for your products to be listed successfully on our platform. So if you said yes to all the questions listed here, you are actually ready to start and can start your registration process. Besides your normal company details, we require some additional documents and information. So please see the list on the right-hand side. So we would need an ID copy of your company representative, a trade register extract from your company not older than 4 weeks, and the details and proof on your beneficial owners. So in case you have all the information at hand, the registration can be completed quite easily, and you will soon be ready to get started. And that was basically the end of the real.de part, and I will now leave it to Lengow again.
Yes, thank you. So now we still have time for questions. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to send them to us via the chat function. So far we have one question regarding, I will rephrase it. Lengow says that the seller is in Ukraine and the warehouse is in Poland, and he wants to know if he can sell goods with this structure on Real.
So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. We accept sellers from any European Union country or companies, and also from China and USA. So if your company is registered in one of these countries, you can also register as a seller.
Okay, thank you. Then we have another question from Swami. He wants to know if Real.de has fulfillment by Real.
Currently, we don't offer fulfillment service, so the product should be shipped by the seller.
Okay, thank you. I think this question has already been answered, but just to make sure, Anna wants to know if we register, if you can also register with a foreign VAT number.
That depends a little. So you will definitely be asked to provide your local VAT number. In case you are required to be VAT registered in Germany, though, meaning that your annual turnover in Germany exceeds 100,000 euros, or you ship products from Germany or you store products in Germany, then you will also be requested to have a German VAT number and German tax number.
Okay, thank you. Then Biliana is asking if returns can be arranged with their warehouse in Croatia.
Yes, it's also possible to have a return address outside of Germany.
Thank you. Mario is asking if it's strictly mandatory to have the German product content because he only has he only has an Italian language catalog.
Yes, that's mandatory since our website is in German and most of our customers are from Germany. But if the EAN is already created on our marketplace, in that case, you don't have to provide us product content anymore, but only the offer details. And in this case, you don't have to send us the content in German.
I would like to add here that Lengow can help you with the translations if that's required. Or we work with partners that provide you with the translations, and we can do so through Lengow. Okay. Alex is asking what part of the revenue comes from DIY and garden.
Unfortunately, it's quite hard for us to share any details on the turnover division or marketplace, but it's definitely the third biggest category on our platform, so there's a lot of potential there.
Okay, thank you. Raphael is asking if you have a B2B section.
No, we don't have a separate section for this.
Okay. And Swami is asking if a seller should provide free returns and if shipping costs can be, I think, displayed separately from the product price, or if the product price should include the shipping costs.
So that's totally up to the seller. Sellers can individually set up their shipping costs. Some sellers prefer to have them displayed separately. Others like to include them in the sales price. That's totally up to you, maybe also based on your experiences with that. Regarding the returns, it's a bit dependent on the product price that is being returned. In case the product price is above 40 euros, then the seller is required to provide a free return label. And in case the product price is under 40 euros, the customer is in charge of paying for the return. Also, if the return address is outside of Germany, talking about normal returns, of course. I mean, if the product is delivered in a bad condition, then of course it's the seller is in charge to pay for the return.
Okay. Raphael has a question about the marketplace network. He already has a Cdiscount account, and does that mean he can already sell on Real.de, or does he have to register also on Real?
Yeah, so you have to, if you have a Cdiscount account already, you have to create IMN account and set up Cdiscount as your home marketplace, and then finish a registration for any other marketplaces. So basically you need to do your own registration, but through IMN.
Okay, thank you. And Fanny asks if you can provide more numbers about the fashion category on Real. How many brands do you have, and how many sales per month?
Mhm. Again, that's quite hard for us to answer, as we must not share any detailed sales numbers. But as mentioned in the presentation, fashion and accessories, including shoes, is our fastest growing category. So we see a lot of potential there, also because it's quite strong throughout Germany. So we have actually an own team focusing only on the fashion category, and it's going very well.
Thank you. Now another question from Swami. He wants to know if you have any restriction on selling sanitizers and disinfectants.
No, we don't have any general restrictions for these kind of items.
Okay. Then Biljana wants to know if it's possible to be the only seller of their products. They are the manufacturer of these products. And basically if exclusivity is possible.
It's not really possible because it's an open marketplace. So basically any reseller that has the right to sell your product is also allowed to offer the items.
Okay. And Jose is asking if the payment is dealt directly with the sellers or through the marketplace.
So we handle the payment process, so sellers don't have to take care of this part at all.
Okay, thank you. What is the daily traffic? We just got another question about the daily traffic and how many people come to real.de by Nur.
We don't have any numbers per day, but talking about month, we have about 21 million visitors on our platform.
All right. And another question from Roberto. He would like to know how the commission is calculated, if taxes are included or excluded.
So the commission is calculated from the gross price, including also shipping costs.
Okay. All right. For now, we do not have any further questions. I can't see any more. There's no questions coming in. There's another question. Laurent wants to know if, hang on. They already have a catalog in German and a German customer service and a company registered in Germany. They are a manufacturer and they want to take the lead on the catalog photos and descriptions to be in line with their brand image. Is that possible?
So as I think it fits a bit to the question we had before, we don't have any exclusivity rights for manufacturers. Nevertheless, we work with a so-called trust, meaning that in case we see that your content is really good, which should be the case since you are the manufacturer, we can ensure that your content is handled prior to other content, but it would still be possible for other sellers to add, for example, product pictures.
Okay.
But rank lower than, yeah.
And Roberto has a question. What is the payback loyalty program? Can you share more with us about that?
So payback loyalty program is the biggest loyalty program in Germany, and it means that customers can collect points, payback points, and later pay with these points. And there are several retail stores and online shops part of this program. It's for the end customers.
Okay. And another question, what does the seller support look like? Is there account management support, or how do you structure that at Real?
So we do have our marketplace support team, meaning that you can contact our colleagues by phone or email. They are also English speaking, so it's not necessarily required to have the questions in German language. And then, of course, we also do have our key account in-house. So in case your shop is working very well, you will then be supported by our key account management. But as mentioned before, Linda and I are also part of the international sales team. So you can also contact us.
Okay. And Jose is interested in the organic positioning of the products on the Real platform. What factors influence this positioning?
Of course, we don't know the exact algorithm for this, but it's important that you provide good product content. Also, sales are affecting mostly, so the more you sell, the better the position is on the marketplace and so on. But more details we also don't know.
Okay. Raphael is asking if there's any kind of previous validation process for potential new sellers, or can anyone sell on real.de?
So basically, any commercial seller can register, and the validation process basically is your registration process. So as we see on the checklist on the screen, we do require some details and documents from our sellers, but if all information were provided correctly, then the account will be activated.
And next question is from Anna. She wants to know if it's possible to have a brand shop on Real.
Yes, there is such a possibility, of course, with extra charge. We can send more details about this via email, of course, and should be talked with our marketing department since they are responsible for these brand shops.
All right. Now we do not have any further questions, so I would like to end the seminar at this point if none of you has anything else to say. All right, then thank you all for taking the time and for joining today. And I wish you all a pleasant week. And if there's any questions afterwards, feel free to contact us and get in touch. Thank you very much and goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.